Welcome into week one, guys. Week one NFL season. We're going to be talking spreads, over-unders, our thoughts on each week one NFL game. Last week, we went 12-6. We had a fantastic week last week, but now we're getting into our bread and butter, so it's only going to be better. Make sure you guys head over to bettergreen.com right now. That's where we have our weekly pick'ems and survivors. We have 2 on ESPN and 1 on Splash Sports, so make sure you guys head over there. If we get 50 people on Splash Sports, that's a $450 payout. So make sure you guys get in there. The more people we get in, the higher the payout is. Wyatt, we're happy to have you here this season, man. Absolutely. Ethan, we're glad to be back. We have changed the game name. It is now Ethan's Bench Clearer. Because some of these topics might be a little controversial. There might be some people coming off a bench. So we'll get to that game at the end of the day, at the end of the episode. But are you guys ready?
I am.
I've been ready since February.
Unfortunately, this first one's going to be hot. So we're getting started off. It might get a little heated in here. Keep watching. It'll be great. Week one, first game, Thursday Night Football. The Detroit Lions head to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites. Over-under set at 54. It's the highest over-under of the game. Obviously, we got some Chiefs and Lions fans here. So I'm going to let Ethan, you start first, and I'm interested to see your thoughts on this game.
All right, well, first of all, I mean, it's just destiny that we have the 3 of us here, 2 Lions fans, 1 Chiefs fan, first game of the season. The most hype the Lions have been probably ever, honestly, at least in our lifetime. And then Chiefs obviously coming off of a great season, ending in a Super Bowl championship. So, yeah, everything kind of coming together here perfectly. Cannot wait for this game. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about to you guys a lot off air, but I love Detroit in this spot. I love the plus 6.5 here. Think Kansas City has, obviously they're going to do the banner raising celebration. There's going to be a lot of emotion, a lot going on for KC. And I think it's tough to call it a Super Bowl hangover, but I typically just always like fading the team coming off of a Super Bowl victory. It just so happens to be against Detroit this year. I also like fading the teams that are hot and talked about and very public heading into the year, which is Detroit. So that does scare me a bit, but yeah, I do think 6.5 is just too many points. I could see either Detroit winning outright. I'll probably sprinkle the money line, or Kansas City winning by like 4 points. I think Detroit covers. As far as the total goes, I think it's high for the first game of the year. I think this stays under the total. I think Kansas City probably comes out a little bit slow. Detroit probably comes out a little bit slow too, getting used to their new pieces. Obviously lost guys in the offseason, gained guys in the offseason. So, yeah, I like week one unders a lot. I think with this high of a total, everyone expects Detroit to come out and have a high octane offense that they finished the year with. Obviously, the Chiefs with Mahomes, Kelsey, and company expect a lot of points out of the Chiefs. And then both defense were quite suspect last year. Both got better as the year went on, but not great by any means. So I think a lot of people will see the over. Obviously, fans want to bet the over week or game one. So I think there will be value on the under. But favorite play, Detroit plus 6.5. One more thing I will touch on. DraftKings does have a up 7 automatic win boost going right now for this game. So I do think there is some value laying that on Detroit. You're not going to get much laying the money line with Kansas City. So I think you just lay that on Detroit money line, hope they go up 7 early, win, and kind of just watch the game from there. So I will be playing it that way. I'll be playing Detroit spread, and then obviously rooting for Detroit victory. And sorry, Ben.
It's okay. You can root all you want, man. You can root all you want. I feel bad because I like you. I hate that you're going to be sad at the end of the night. But before Wyatt gives out his pick, I just want to say, too, that Wyatt, season 1 just ended, season 2 is starting, and I've got a little crown on me right now as the most accurate host of the month that no longer belongs to me. It belongs to this man right here, our first champion. So, Wyatt, I'm going to send that over to you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to be back winning again. But yeah, NFL's here. Baseball was struggling. I don't know how I won last month because I was mostly it was actually preseason games. So I guess, football was the reason I was winning. So hopefully we can continue that streak. Yeah, interesting game. honestly. Obviously, I'm a huge Detroit fan, but I'm probably one of the more critical Detroit fans out there. The amount of times in my lifetime I've seen the Lions get this amount or get hype like this and then just underperform happens too many times to count. We've seen it multiple times with Stafford. We saw after his 2 playoff runs, the first playoff run, they didn't make it the following year. Then after that, they didn't make it the other year. So I've seen this all too well, and I don't want my heart ripped out, but I am going to side with Ethan here. I do love the Lions at +6.5. I did see that DraftKings promo. That looks beautiful. I also saw Lions just flat out on the money line on Caesars +250 as well. That is the best odds you're going to find on that. Also with Ethan, I love the under in this game. Detroit's offense is getting a lot of praise. Detroit's defense sucks. Kansas City offense obviously is probably one of the better ones in the NFL. Defense, not great. And they also lost, or what's his name, hasn't technically signed yet. He's probably not going to play. So I think the under has a lot of it's an ugly bet because 2 high-powered offenses against decent or crappy defenses. But I just think this is going to be a lower-scoring game. It's game 1, first game of the season. We saw college football really struggle week 1 to go over. So I think this is going to be like a 27-24. I'm going to hope that's on the Lions, but even if the Kansas City Chiefs win that game, Lions should still cover that +6.5.
4 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years. And because of that, the whole world shut down and we got COVID. When we raised the banner, it was in front of like 6,000 people, some really small number. This is their banner raising for the last Super Bowl too. They're going to come out so hyped for this game. They have the best offense in the entire football league because they have the best quarterback and the best tight end, and they got a receiver room that looks great too. All their running backs should be healthy now. Pacheco should play. It looks like Kadarius Toney's going to play. Detroit is also very good, and that man's name who hasn't signed yet is Mr. Chris Jones. That is a big loss. Our defense, we've got a couple pretty good cornerbacks. Nick Bolton, I almost said Mike Bolton. Nick Bolton, he's very good in the middle linebacker, but Chris Jones is the heart of that defense. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about you guys. You don't have your running backs from last year. Swift is gone. Jamal Williams is gone. But I think David Montgomery, I loved him when he was in college. And now you guys got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to be used all over the field. I do like the over in this game because I don't think we're going to be able to stop you guys. And we're going to have to score. So you guys, it's going to be an uglier game where this game's going to fall on the shoulders of Jared Goff versus Patrick Mahomes. And so I can't start this year. I'll definitely be picking against the Chiefs, but for this game, there's no way I could even pick the Detroit Lions to cover the 6.5. Not with you guys. So I'm going to have to take Kansas City minus the 6.5, but I do worry. I worry it's going to be close. I do worry it's going to be close, but for the betting purposes, I have to take Kansas City.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a little side bet here.
I think so, and I can't take Detroit and then do a side bet.
No, you can't.
Okay. What are you thinking, Ethan?
Well, I think let's bet the spread.
Uh-huh.
You know, the great equalizer in sports here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
I'm trying to do we want to throw Wyatt into it? How does Wyatt feel?
Throw me in.
Oh, absolutely.
Give me the money line.
I love that.
The real question is Jackson Mahomes going to be at the game?
Is he out of prison?
I don't know. If he's at the game, give me the Lions money line 4 units.
I was going to mention
at the game, just 3 units.
You say they only raised the banner in front of 6,000 people. If Jackson Mahomes was there, they raised the banner in front of a lot of people because he was TikToking it.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right. And a lot of people watching that game too. So
yeah,
that's true. Not a lot of people there, but a lot of people watching. Okay, so how about we do this? I did a little rap a little bit ago when we were super hot. The boys are so hot, I'm staring down a DraftKings ban. Walking out with bags so heavy, call me the Monopoly Man. All the bookies are mad, asking me so many questions, trying to cut me out the fold like a damn C-section. Every Monday, 6-5 Central, and you better not be tardy. We're rewriting the record books. No VHS Barbie. It's about time now. Let's get back to the picks, but just one more line to prove my point to these shits. We're moving up the charts. Occupation, full-time climber, dropping money bombs on the people weekly. Nice to meet you, Oppenheimer. So whoever loses has to do a rap about the other team. So I want to hear you guys rapping about, not about Jackson Mahomes. I want to hear about Patrick Mahomes and the boys, Travis Kelce.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Who do I need to include in mine if you guys win?
Daddy Dan Campbell.
Daddy Dan. Okay.
Amon-Ra.
Jared, golf me off.
Whoever makes the play of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the 4 guys that intercepts Mahomes.
The entire offensive line that dominates that D line without Chris Jones.
That's going to be an issue. Your guys' offensive line is crazy, dude. Like, I can't tell you how many Madden trades I've had with Detroit. Like, it is unreal. I think I have Frank Ragnow on every one of my teams.
Dog.
Yes.
I do want to mention one more thing about the total. I believe last year's Thursday night game, Buccaneers-Cowboys, which Dak broke his thumb, so a little bit different. But I think that game ended like 21-3 in favor of Tampa. And I think the over-under was pretty similar. So, yeah, recency bias would have me leaning under too. But
they did finish, like, Tampa Bay was like in the bottom of the league in offensive production last year.
You're right.
And I think
You are
Detroit
right.
and Kansas City is going to be okay.
Yeah.
We didn't even
Valid
mention
point.
this is the first year in almost our entire lifetime that NFL season without Tom Brady.
Yes.
True.
I think when did he join? 2000, 2001, maybe before that? I don't know. 99?
like
I
that.
don't know. I think I was born when he was still in college. But
You know who we do have this year, though?
Tom Brody or Tim Brody.
Tim Brody.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tim Brody, man. Do not sleep on Tim Brody.
With the stash. Also happens to be Michigan alum also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Michigan at the Flint campus, though.
Also, used to be married to Giselle,
Yeah.
and open mouth kissed his kids.
Shocking similarities there. Let's move on to the game with the biggest spread of the week. The Texans head out to Baltimore, face the Ravens. The Ravens are 10-point favorites. Over-under is set at 43.5. Wyatt, what's your read on this game?
Oh, boy, is this
That's a big
interesting game. Big number. I am honestly not even going to think about taking either of those spreads. I guess I would lean Baltimore -10, but that's just disgusting in a week 1 play or week 1 of the NFL season. And Baltimore, I know, Lamar was out for a decent amount of the season. They got maybe a couple upgrades offensively, but not really. I think they actually downgraded on offense. And Baltimore just wasn't a great scoring offense last year. Baltimore's defense, however, was solid last year. I think they downgraded as well. And the Texans, I don't even know if they're going to score a point this game. So I think the play of this game is the under of 44. I'm putting maybe 3 points for Houston, maybe like a 17-3 type of Baltimore win. I can't see this thing even coming close to 30 points. I love the under in this game. It's one of my favorite plays of the board. But yeah, CJ Stroud, big question mark. We saw him throw 9 passes in the preseason, and they called it good. 3 of those were picks. So we have no idea what he's doing. Davis Mills is a viable backup, but he also made the Texans the worst team in the league last year. It's going to be an ugly, ugly game. It's not going to be a good game for either team. So I would lean, I guess if I had to pick a spread, I'd take Baltimore -10, and I would probably take the under in that game. Or I will be taking the under in that game.
Yeah, I agree on Baltimore. I think Baltimore wins this game handily. I think Baltimore re-elevates themselves back into top AFC contention this year. I think they're in conversation with Buffalo, Kansas City, and Cincinnati. really high on Baltimore as long as Lamar stays healthy. And I actually like the game over quite a bit. I think Houston's kind of a sneaky over team. At least they were with Davis Mills. I don't think Stroud is going to look very good, but that means turnovers. That means good field position for Baltimore. So I think Baltimore puts up a lot of points themselves. I think Texans put up enough to go over. But yeah, I really like Baltimore here. I think they dominate, like, I don't know, 34-13 type deal here. And then also Baltimore last year, I remember, I think they were like an 8.5 point favorite week 1 against the Jets. I remember that because I was on them. They came out and dominated that game. So I guess Harbaugh has them ready to cover big spreads against inferior foes week 1. So yeah, I like Baltimore again. I'll probably end up playing that. And I do like the over quite a bit too.
Wyatt, I'm with you on the under. The Texans are so well run. They had a rookie quarterback that they didn't play at all in the preseason. He gets to have his first game against the Baltimore Ravens, who allowed, I believe, the 3rd least points in the league last year. So I feel bad for CJ Stroud, man. He can't read, but he might not be able to see after this game. After the way he's going to get through.
Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say that's 2 senses gone, but the ability to read is not a sense.
But it damn well should be if you're
damn well
you're 20.
So I am very concerned for the Texans in this game. I don't think there's a lot of scoring. If you play in a fantasy league where it's just one single week and this is your championship this week, I would consider trading Patrick Mahomes for Justin Tucker. Because like you guys said, there's going to be a lot of turnovers, and if they can't punch it in, then Tucker's just going to be banging these in all game long. It's going to be an ugly game.
And you're probably just down on Patrick Mahomes this week, I assume.
That's true. 4 picks.
4 picks.
4 picks. 4 touchdowns.
He is going to get 276 yards, 4 picks.
276. I like that.
Yep.
You guys starting this number with 2. It's going to be a 3, guys.
Yeah, what, 36?
Yeah, good try. Let's move on to Tim Brody's game. He's not dressing, so this is going to be Baker Mayfield starting. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are heading to Minnesota to face the Vikings. Vikings are 6-point favorites. Over/under set at 45.5. The Vikings, they went into the draft with a great strategy. They said our defense was terrible last year. We can't let them be terrible again. And they used their 1st-round pick on Jordan Addison. So, I still lean the Vikings in this game. I think the Buccaneers offense is going to be fine. I think that their defense is going to be okay, but it's in Minnesota and you got like Kirk O'Chains with the it's not even goatee. What are you, handlebar mustache right now?
Something.
Oh God. If he's that ugly, that means he's ready to play. He is only focusing on football. Ethan, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, I don't like this game probably enough to play it in any capacity, but I lean Tampa. I mean, as this video goes, I always lean dogs, but I love week 1 dogs too. I would lean under too. I just think this game is kind of slow and boring, honestly. Usually Minnesota games last year were exciting because they have a great offense and 0 defense whatsoever, as Ben touched on. But yeah, I don't know. I could see Minnesota coming out a little bit slower. I think Tampa with Baker Mayfield and maybe Tim Brody if they have to call him up. I don't know. I think they can slow and methodically move the football, get a couple field goals, maybe a touchdown, keep it close enough within the 6. Yeah, I mean, like I said, both kind of just leans though at this point. Don't really feel great on any play in this game.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite plays, and I love Minnesota -6. Thought process here, Minnesota's getting a lot of disrespect all throughout the league. Very disrespected in the NFC North. Everyone's on Detroit, probably rightfully so, but Minnesota was a solid team last year. I know they they won however many games by, single-digit scores. But this team, I think, got better this offseason. Obviously, their defense is a huge question mark. They lost Dalvin Cook, But Dalvin was very mediocre last year. I think Madison's going to do just fine. They upgraded at the wide receiver with Addison, and they still have Jefferson. So I think they're just very underrated, and I think they're just going to come out super fast, super strong, and really shut everyone up and say, oh, maybe Minnesota probably is what did they have? 12 wins last year, 11, 12 wins.
Around there.
Maybe they're still going to, 13. Like maybe they actually are a contender like everyone is saying that they're not. So I think they're going to come out super pissed off. I do love Baker Mayfield. I'm hoping him the best. I know he's kind of a sneaky little player. He seems to love being in the underdog position, but I just think it's going to be too much. And I think Minnesota might win this one in the 40-10 range. I think they might blow this out of the water.
Yeah.
Purely out of revenge and because they're getting shit on by the public.
I forgot to mention that the last time we saw the Vikings play, I believe was a first round exit, correct?
I think
Giants.
Giants, yeah. So they're coming back in and they're at home. They know that they let everybody down. They know it, man.
And they know everyone's
look good.
Yeah, they know everyone's thinking the same thing this year. So
yeah,
I think they have a lot. This is a huge game for their fan base and for the league. I think they can make some waves.
Yeah, totally agree.
I also just want to clarify for those of you who keep asking yourself, who the hell is Tim Brody? Who are these guys talking about? It's in one of our previous videos that Wyatt made. That's I don't even know what it's titled. Something about the Vikings opening matchup. So go check that video out. It's pretty hilarious, but you'll get the Tim Brody reference after watching that.
The 49ers are going out to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Steelers are 2.5-point underdogs. Over-under set at 41. Ethan, what's your read on this?
Dude, this game's tough. This seems so easy to take the Niners. I think I have to take Pittsburgh at home. And the more I think about it, the more I love it. I will be using this in a 6-point teaser. You guys know I love my teasers. I think this is perfect, getting the home Pittsburgh Steelers. Still have Mike Tomlin, still have a great defense. Get them up over a touchdown, up to plus 8.5 points. Like that quite a bit. Not sure if they can win the game outright or cover the 2.5, but that is my lean. Pittsburgh, they're a great week 1 team. They beat Cincinnati week 1 last season as a pretty big underdog, if I remember right, 4 or 5 points. So I guess not huge, but bigger than what their odds are this week. We have Brock Purdy coming off elbow surgery, and obviously Brock looked good, but all of us talked about how it probably didn't matter who the Niners had at quarterback last year. Their team was just so good that you just basically couldn't make a mistake and you'd look okay. So still a little bit left to be seen on how truly good Brock Purdy is. I think he's good, don't get me wrong, but I think he could have looked a little better last year than maybe exactly what he is. So yeah, I lean Tomlin with the defense, catching points at home. Love Pittsburgh in a teaser here. And then over under 41. That's tough too because San Fran could put up so many points, but I'm going to lean the under. Steelers were money on the under last year, if I remember right. I have nothing to back that up. I just remember betting a lot of Pittsburgh unders, and it felt like they kept cashing. So, if I like Pittsburgh, I think I have to like the under here. I think it's low scoring. San Fran also lost last year to Chicago of all teams week 1. So
yeah,
Shanahan didn't maybe have them ready to get going and play that first game. Although that was with Trey Lance, that was in Chicago with like a monsoon. So there were some things going on, but yeah, give me Pittsburgh in a teaser. I'll get a team here in a little bit to pair up with them, but love getting them to plus 8.5 at home.
Forgot about those Ethan teasers. Getting a little PTSD from some of them last year that I tailed, but for the most part, they were pretty solid. So I forgot you're a big teaser guy. I did mess around with some college football teasers and was teasing the totals. Never teased totals. I was such an idiot. Of course, it loses by 0.5 point. Couldn't do anything more stupid on that. So don't tease totals. But I love that you can get them at 8.5. Again, like you said, very weird line here. San Fran minus 2.5. I mean, come on, they could win by a field goal, right? that's why it sucks. I also looked up, and again, I don't really know these websites when it comes to where the line is and where the money and the bets are coming. It seems like every site's different. But I looked at Vegas Insider, heavy money and heavy bets coming in on Pittsburgh. It shifted the line from Pittsburgh +2 to Pittsburgh +2.5. So a reverse line movement here. Big money, big bets coming in on Pitt, yet the line is moving in against Pitt's favor. So I love Pittsburgh +2.5. I'm going to take them. I might sprinkle in the money line there. San Fran, I do love. It sucks that my Super Bowl predicted winning team a couple weeks back is going to lose week 1. But Pittsburgh is getting a lot of hype. I don't know if I believe it, but Pittsburgh's a very tough team at home. I would also side the under in this game. 2 very good defenses. But it's just such a fishy line. And with all that weird movement, again, this was on Vegas Insider. I'm not sure if there's other sites that offer different analysis on this, but I got to go with Pittsburgh on the +2.5.
The whole reason you're seeing all that money is because of all these damn Twitter videos of Pickens catching these stupid snags, and they're trying to make you guys galaxy brain it, like the meme, all the numbers and stuff.
It's how I feel.
San Fran. I'm taking San Fran with the -2.5 over under. I'm with you, Ethan. I see this. You said under, right?
I said under.
Ethan. Okay, yep. Yeah, I'm with you on under. 2 outstanding defenses. I don't worry about Brock Purdy's injury at all because they've got McCaffrey, they've got Elijah Mitchell, they've got a great offensive line, and he just has to throw screen passes. And then he's got the receivers to take it. He's got Kittle. Steelers are getting super hyped running against their own guys. So I don't know. I've seen a lot of hype on Pittsburgh this entire offseason. Like you see it in the whole Pickens hype that they're like the next great combo. I'm not buying it. I might just be falling into the trap, but I think that's what the trap is.
I can see it.
I like Pittsburgh.
But
I also like San Fran to win the Super Bowl.
Also, can I just say, is there any picture more hyped for such a meaningless event than all the Bears players sliding on a week 1 win when they finish with the first overall draft pick?
That is funny. I never put 2 and 2 together. That is funny.
They won a game and they did that stupid penguin slide thing, and it's like so hyped. Everybody loves that picture. I've seen it on Twitter as their profile picture a million times for a game they won in a year that they were the worst team in the league.
Yep. That is ironic.
Interesting.
Bears fans are a different breed.
That's true. Let's talk about a new upcoming fan base, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're heading into Indianapolis to face the Colts. Colts are 5-point home dogs. Over under sit at 45. Wyatt, you got Trevor Lawrence versus the rookie. What are you feeling?
Big Trevor Lawrence guy, big Jacksonville guy. I am all over Jacksonville this game. I'll probably end up taking them on the -5. I do like them money line in a parlay that I will be building here shortly. But I love Jacksonville here. Indianapolis is simply, as I say, in piss right now. They are pissing themselves. Their organization's pissing themselves. Their coach is probably pissing themselves. They have no one. JT's gone. However, if you haven't drafted your fantasy team yet, Deion Jackson, snag that dude right now. I snagged him in like the 14th round. He had like 400 receiving yards last year and 400 rushing yards. He's going to explode. Anyways, Indianapolis is in piss. I don't really trust Anthony Richardson. I think he's more worried about his rapping career than his football career. I saw that he got signed. He's making like 11 mil on his rapping career, and he's only making like 4 mil on football this year. So I don't know where his priorities are. I don't think he really cares too much because his team's going to suck and he's making money. So I just think I'm just very not high on Indianapolis at all. So I'm going to go Jacksonville. I will take a -5. I will be taking them on the money line in a parlay. And if I had to do the over-under, I mean, I would lean the under. I just don't think the Colts can score. But I'm going to go with the over. I think Jacksonville can put up like 38 maybe, and hopefully Indianapolis can score. But so I'll go with the over. I don't love it, but fair play is Jacksonville on the money line in that game.
Yeah, I liked Jacksonville money line earlier, like weeks ago. I think they were a 3-point favorite, 2.5. Money line was like minus 150. Don't love it as much now. And I can't lay the spread with Jacksonville now, so I would lean Indy, divisional home dog, plus the points. I do not know the record for week 1 divisional home dogs, but it's something insane. They've covered like 60 some odd percent,
I think it's
67 maybe,
68%.
68. So yeah, I mean, at this point, here's my issue though. I also heard a stat today. Rookie quarterbacks, week 1 straight up in the last, I don't know how many years, they're like 25, 120, and 4 or something ridiculous like that.
Sounds right.
They don't win. So now you're basically asking Jacksonville to win by 1 to 5 points, which is also another tough ask. So I don't know what to make of this game. I'm kind of upset I didn't take Jacksonville money line earlier. Yeah, I mean, I think if this gets up to 6 points, I'll take the Colts more than likely. Right now, I would just pass. Favorite play would probably be the under. Really don't think either team puts up too many points in this game. I think it sails under. Divisional unders week 1, I know, is another huge hit rate. I actually know someone who plays every single week 1 divisional under just religiously. It doesn't even matter what the teams are, just because it hits so often. So, yeah. Under 45 would be my best bet in this game.
I changed mine to under. I forgot it's divisional because it's the worst conference in the league or division of the league. Totally forgot about that. So I changed to the under. Still like Jacksonville though, minus 5.
Well, then we're all in agreement there on the under, but you know what that 68% says to me, Ethan? It's not
32?
fucking 69, dude. It's not 69%, my guy. Jacksonville, minus 5, dude. Trevor Lawrence, he's going to get it done. Jacksonville, we just saw them beat the Chargers in the playoffs and then barely lose to the Super Bowl champions in the next round versus the Indianapolis Colts, who they can't even get their own owner to stop talking shit on their own team. I mean, the way he's coming at Taylor this offseason has been so wild, so out of pocket. The Colts are fractured from the inside, and Jags are not going to do anything to help them. I think Jacksonville wins. If they don't cover 14, I'll be surprised.
Not only that too, I forgot to mention, I think the Colts are on like an 8-year week 1 losing streak. They can't win week 1. Even when they had Andrew Luck, they couldn't win when they were like one of the top teams in the NFL. They lost to this Jags team and Houston, I think, during this stretch when they were both dog shit.
And new head coach, right?
Yes.
So the scheme changed too.
Yes.
For these receivers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
I see those wheels turning. He's wanting to join us on Jacksonville, Wyatt.
Yeah.
He's wanting to.
I'm more so wanting to turn back about 3-4 weeks and bet Jacksonville minus 150 money line or whatever the hell it was at, but yeah, I'm passing on that side. I cannot play it.
Okay.
Can't back the Colts. Can't play Jacksonville with minus 5.
Well, let's talk about another fun game. The Tennessee Titans head down to New Orleans facing the Saints. Saints are 3-point favorites. Over under set at 41.5. Guys, this is going to shock you what I'm about to say. The Titans are never going to be better than they are this week. Because they're only going to get older and more beat up as the year goes on. Right now, we know they have Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. With the 3, I'm going to surprise you guys. I'm going to take the Titans.
Oof.
I'm going to take the Titans plus 3. I know they got Derek Carr and a lot of great receiving options. Saints have a good defense. Titans defense a little bit slept on, and I think Dan Campbell is going to have that team ready to go. Alvin Kamara is suspended. It's the ugliest one and probably the only time I pick the Titans all year.
That is disgusting.
Wyatt, go ahead.
I decided to stay away from what team to pick here. I love the over. Love the over in this game. It's at 41. Okay. So I am trusting that the worthless Titans can put up 20, but I think the Saints can put up 27-ish. But yeah, you said it. They're going to be healthy for the first week probably. I also did the no running back strategy or no wide receiver strategy in a fantasy draft, and I have DeAndre Hopkins as my wide receiver 1.
Mhm.
So I will be rooting for Tennessee, rooting for D-Hop, rooting for Henry. I do think Tennessee is going to put up a battle. I do think the Saints ultimately win the game. I'm just not going to mess with that spread. It's disgusting, and I can't bet on Tennessee, not this early, after what they did to me last year. So I'm just going to go with them to score some points, and I think Derek Carr with Olave and Michael Thomas are going to get it done for the Saints. So 27-20, but the over is going to hit there. Probably the Saints win as well.
So you lead New Orleans then.
I do.
Love New Orleans -3. Tennessee sucks. Tennessee's getting 78% of the bets and 81% of the money. Public's all over Titans. Love New Orleans at home. I like the under quite a bit. This actually so far is my favorite under that we've talked about. Yeah, I mean, I don't see Tennessee
favorite under. Damn it!
I don't see Tennessee moving the ball through the air, which means they're going to have to keep it on the ground. Derrick Henry is the old Kansas guy that we've talked about so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans doesn't have Alvin Kamara. He's out with that suspension. Michael Thomas is probably still nursing a toe injury from 2011. Yeah, I like the under quite a bit. Derek Carr, new offense, new pieces. And this thing I'm looking at, which I don't really take this into any account, I just think it's kind of funny. It says predicted score: Titans 9.5, Saints 16.9. So they clearly think this game stays under the total. But yeah, I actually like both those plays quite a bit. I'm scared because as we're talking about these, I'm like, damn, I think I'm gonna have to bet that, and I think I might have a lot of money out this weekend. But love them both. We'll probably end up betting both of those.
So I assume you guys aren't taking Tennessee at any point this year. Then this is the best they're going to be right here.
I'm so scarred from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for anyone,
I probably will. Give me week 2.
Okay.
I don't know. They might cover against the Texans. That's an underdog.
That's true.
Let's move on to the next best game. The Arizona Cardinals head out to Washington to face the Commanders. Commanders are 7-point favorites. Over under set at 38. This is actually the lowest total of the week. So, Wyatt, what are you feeling, man? It's your DC guys.
Yeah. I have all caps. Stay away from this game. Honestly, this is I would love to bet these teams in the upcoming weeks, but I want to see what both these teams are going to do. Arizona, no idea who their starting quarterback is going to be. Pretty sure Kyler Murray's not playing. Not playing. So they got Dobbs and some other dude. Washington has Sam Howell, who was decent in college, but hasn't really played in the NFL. So I want to see what these teams are doing. So I'm going to take a week off on this game, but I would lean Commander. I'm going to lean the Cardinals +7. I think the Commanders win, but I'll take the Cardinals +7. Again, I hate it, but give me the over of this. If I'm taking the Cardinals, I mean, this is why I say stay away. It's such a gross game. +7 on the Cardinals, over 38. I just puked in my mouth.
Took the words out of my mouth because I was going to say I'm bringing it back. This is the puke in the mouth game of the week. It's absolutely disgusting.
Let's go.
However, the only way I could play it is I take Washington in that teaser with Pittsburgh, get them just to win the football game. I'll be shocked if they lose to Arizona at home. I couldn't even be mad about it. I think it's a smart bet. So woe is me if they lose this, but also my survivor pools might take a heavy hit because I'm pretty high on Washington. But yeah, give me Washington in the teaser -1 with Pittsburgh +8.5. Love that play.
Now, would you take
And
Washington against the spread?
I actually lean Arizona against the spread, which makes me nervous, but it's because I love the under too. I don't think there's many points scored. Like this could legit be like 10-3 Washington. It's gonna be disgusting.
All right, guys. Well, how quickly we forget that Baltimore Ravens preseason loss that they suffered to Washington back a few weeks ago.
Won the damn Super Bowl.
Listen, Washington defense is legit, and Arizona Cardinals is trash even with Kyler Murray. Now they have a backup quarterback playing, and what this is also is the opening of the Eric Bieniemy offense in Washington. We've seen that they look pretty good. Sam Howell looked pretty good, and I think that they're going to tear the Cardinals apart. Once again, I can see this being a 14-point game. I think Washington's going to dismantle the Cardinals, and I'll take the over. I'm that confident in it.
Really?
This is one of my
Did you-
favorite plays.
Did you just say 14 points is a dismantling?
Well, I'm saying I can see that happening easily. Like I'd put money on it, but
Oh, okay.
I can see them losing by like 40. I can see this being like 45-0.
Okay.
Considering
love
those
this
3
under.
pick sixes.
I
So
love
we had,
this. Under.
we had 2 puking mouths on this game, and then one possibly his most confident play.
That seems about par for the course for this group.
There's a reason your overall record is much higher than me and Ethan's. So.
True.
Hey man, we're gonna see about this football season. Let's go to the next game. This is another divisional game. The Cincinnati Bengals head to Cleveland to face the Browns. Browns are 2.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 47.5. Oh man, for this game, this is a tough one. I believe this line is so suppressed due to the concerns with Joe Burrow. I still feel like I lean the Bengals in this game. I like the Browns a lot. I would take the under in this one. I like the under the most. Like you guys said earlier, divisional game. Both the Browns have a good defense. Bengals have a respectable defense. The Bengals just have so much more offensive firepower. I'm going to go with the Bengals with that low number too of only 2.5. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, this game scares me.
Yeah.
Cleveland is somehow getting 87% of the bet, 82% of the money from my source here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, what is the word on Joe Burrow? I don't even know. Is he
Pretty
supposed
sure
to
he's playing.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
See, this confuses me. But I also heard like a week or two ago, I think Cleveland in the last 8 matchups against Cincinnati are like 6-2 straight up.
They play him tough.
They play him really tough. But man, 2.5. I'll take Cleveland. I'm gonna side with the public, I think. Love the under once again, divisional week 1 matchup. Yeah, definitely not confident. You guys know me. I love fading the Bengals, but I'm not confident enough to do it week 1 here. Probably not confident enough to lay the under either. I'll probably pass on this game altogether. But lean the under, lean Cleveland.
Yeah, same exact thing. Cleveland plus 2.5, under 47.5. Ugly game. I probably will not be betting this. But from my site, money and the bets are on Cleveland spread. Just kind of like that San Francisco game, terrible line. Like who really is going to be taking the Browns at plus 2.5? Who's really going to be taking the Pits or the Steelers at plus 2.5? So there's a reason that the line is like that, because someone definitely is hammering that. Probably someone smarter than me or with way more money than me, probably both. But yeah, I got to go with what I believe is a sharp play, which would be Cleveland plus 2.5. Then just because of the divisional game, I will go with the under.
Okay. Let's head to another divisional game. The Panthers head down to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Falcons 3.5-point favorites. Over under set at 39.5. Wyatt, this is your boy, dude.
Oh yeah, it sure is. I'm gonna fade them. I'm just gonna take the Falcons at minus 3.5. This line, I believe, opened at 2.5 or 2. So this has moved up quite a bit of points in favor of the Falcons. I see both big money and bets coming in on Atlanta. So it's probably sharp and public at the same time. So our sharp money and public money. Don't love being on the popular side, but they kind of like the CJ Stroud status. Bryce Young did not get a whole lot of reps in preseason, and when he did, he sucked. So Atlanta also sucked this preseason, so it's really hard. But I think Atlanta's just a better roster, better team. I like Ritter. I think I like him more than Bryce Young as of now. So I'd go with with the Falcons at minus 3.5. Over under in this game. geez, I'd probably go under. Carolina couldn't even score in the preseason, which is really hard to not do. So I'll go the under in this, and I think the Falcons can cover the 3.5.
Yeah, I'm same boat here. I lean Atlanta, but I wish I would have gotten it at 2.5. Don't want to cross the 3, so I'll bring back a strategy that I used quite a bit on me and Wyatt's Cover 2 podcast. I've probably used it on Better and Green as well, but if I am playing this game, I'll probably do 2 units on Atlanta money line, and not even worry about the spread here, or double units if you want to use 2 units and make it 4, whatever you do. But yeah, again, that stat I heard about rookie quarterbacks like 25, 120, and 4, whatever, in their debut. No way I'm back in Carolina on the road. And as I've kind of told you guys in the last couple of weeks, I'm oddly high on Atlanta. I think they're like a 9 or 10 win football team. So yeah, I'll take Atlanta. We'll have to see how I'm feeling come Sunday, but if anything, it'll be 2 units Atlanta money line.
Atlanta sucked last year, but what I remember the most about their season is that they were the cover kings.
Mm-hmm.
They were ridiculous last year. So I don't have a bunch more to add. You guys hit all the talking points. I'm going to go Atlanta as well and go the under as well. A lot of divisional games this week, week 1. Packers head to Chicago to face the Bears. This is basically a pick 'em. Bears are 1-point favorites. Over-under set at 43. Ethan, NFC North matchup. Which way are you leaning?
Yeah. Earlier, again, probably 2 weeks ago, Green Bay was my favorite bet of the entire weekend. I think they were plus 2.5. Absolutely loved it. Green Bay is getting all the money, which scares me away. But yeah, I just don't know if I can bet it now. I would lean Green Bay money line. I think they win. I think obviously Aaron Rodgers leaving. Everyone's kind of jumping off Green Bay. Like I assume they did when Brett Favre left. I think I was a little bit too young to really realize that deep into football, but I assume everyone jumped off when it was Rodgers taking over for Favre. Obviously, Rodgers was a stud. So I'm not ready to say Love is any worse than what Rodgers and Favre were. I still think they're really well coached, still have good pieces around them. So I like Green Bay. I'm very anti-Chicago. I think Chicago's going to suck again. Again, divisional under, I would lean it. Part of me likes it a lot. However, Justin Fields does scare me because he can put up points quick with his feet. Yeah, I don't know. Favorite play probably at this point under 43. Public money scares me off of Green Bay.
Yeah, another tough game where I would probably stay away from. One play I am kind of leaning is Green Bay. I don't even know who the kicker is. Doesn't matter. Green Bay kicker points over. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. This is kind of what I like to do in these low scoring divisional matchups. I would do the same for Chicago, but I'm worried that they are probably going to go for a decent amount of 4th downs on the red zone. Green Bay will probably just settle for the points, but I think this is going to be like a, 13-9 type of game, something like that, or whatever, however many points, but usually kicking points is like 6.5 probably. So I'll take the over of that on the Green Bay kicker. I think you probably have 3 field goals easily. Yeah, this is going to be an ugly game. 2 pretty new teams. Green Bay has a complete new offense. Chicago obviously has Justin Fields, but new running back set in Chicago as well. So it's an ugly game. I definitely lean the under. I would probably lean Green Bay in that. And then kicking points would be my biggest suggestion on that game for the Green Bay kicker.
Love Green Bay. Love Green Bay this week. Also, we can't let Chicago sneak into the playoffs with as much shit as we've been talking all offseason. Green Bay, Ethan, you said it perfectly. It's weird to see all the money on Green Bay because I think the public perception is very down on Green Bay, where Chicago, it seems very positive. Chicago got a lot of new pieces, yes. It's also week 1. So all these new running backs, DJ Moore, he's brand new. There's nothing like true game speed, and it's going to take a while. Even their defensive pieces, it's going to take a little bit for them to truly gel. So I like Green Bay money line. I wouldn't even mess with the spread. It's hard not to go the under too, just because I think that Green Bay has a good defense, and I don't think I think both offenses could struggle quite a bit. Also, Jordan Love, I'm actually not as low on him as a lot of people are. I think he'll be fine, but This is one of those divisional games too, where the coaches and teams really know each other. So
Right.
it's very easy to take the under. One of the weirdest games and weirdest lines. The Eagles are at New England. New England is only 4-point underdogs at home. Over-under set at 45. Wyatt, what's going on here, dude?
You tell me, my man. This one's terrifying. The obvious play, probably the most obvious play on the weekend is to take the Eagles -4. I can't do that. I want to be a profitable better. So I feel like you got to go Pats at the +4 there. It's so disgusting. And again, kind of puking in my mouth there. But why, when I have no idea what this line opened at, I would have thought it would probably open as a touchdown-ish favorite for the Eagles, who were just coming off as one of their best seasons in history, lost in the Super Bowl, obviously. But -4 to the Pats team, who's looked miserable in the preseason, lost everyone. I can't buy the line. I have no idea, but got to trust Vegas and the Sharps are doing something right. I hate it, but I'll take the Patriots at +4. And again, I'm just destroying or unloading on these unders. But if the Pats are gonna cover the +4, it's got to be a low scoring game. There's no way the Pats are scoring in the 30s. So I'll go the under and the Pats +4. But I absolutely hate it. But I think I hate it, but I think I have to play. Like, actually have to bet on the Pats, not just say it. I think I actually will be betting the Patriots. It sucks, but I think it's a must bet. I think it's the biggest must bet of the weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, the ones that feel the absolute grossest usually turn out to be the most profitable, I've come to find. So I'm in the exact same boat, although I don't know if I can bet New England. You said you can't bet Philly. I don't think I can bet New England, but I do think they're the right side. I am seeing 94% of the money on Philly and 70% of the bet. So that tells me a sharp is either on Philly or some rich asshole just went in there and laid down like half of his net worth on Philly. Yeah, this line sucks. I mean, it's got to be New England, I think. Also, didn't think you could have a week 1 revenge spot, but New England probably does with that Super Bowl loss to Nick Foles. I bet that still burns up Bill Belichick, so he's probably pissed. Half joking. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually relieved to see this game because it's like the first one I've looked at where I absolutely don't want any piece of this. So I might save my bankroll just a touch with this game. Don't think I'll touch it at all.
So we have a week 1 revenge game from Ethan and a week 1 hangover game from Ethan so far.
Yep.
It's week 1. There's
Week
nothing
1.
before it. 6 months ago.
True. Philly hangover too. I like I might play New England. God damn it.
We are starting off super opposite this year because I'm taking Philly, man. I don't see what New England can do to win this game because I don't think that their defense is good enough to stop them like a whole bunch and keep it super low scoring. But I also don't think that their offense is good enough to get by that Philadelphia defense. I just think Philadelphia's better on every side of the ball. And it's a super weird line. I get it, but I mean, they only have to cover 4. I'm a little surprised you guys said Patriots because Mac Jones sucks and he's throwing to Juju.
Hey, this is what me and Ethan just do, though. We just find the grossest line and be like, someone smarter than us made this line for a reason, and it's not budging. So what the hell is going on?
Belichick had a long time to game plan for this offense. The more and more I think on it, the more and more I like New England. And I might play it.
Completely agree with everything you just said, Ben. But why the hell is the line at 4? It should be a touchdown. It should be 7.5, to be honest. That line should be right at 7.5.
I was just gonna say, if this were a 7.5 line, I'd probably lean Philly.
Yeah, hands down.
But why?
How does that make sense? Because that's the right line.
It.
That's what it should be. It should be 7.5. It should be 8.5.
New England money line.
But it's 4.
I'm not even kidding. I kind of like New England money line.
Oh my God.
I mean, Philly is my fade team this year. Yeah, I'm playing New England. Okay, I'm putting 1 unit on New England spread. Also,
That's gonna be a
Ben,
good clip.
I could look like an idiot. Absolutely.
Ben, are you the rich asshole that laid $500,000 on Philly here?
I might have been.
Okay.
I might have been walking to work the last couple of days, but I don't have to
I mean,
drive for a few weeks.
you've been printing money basically all summer long. Well, shit, since we started this thing, so I wouldn't put it past you.
I'm hoping, dude. I'm just hoping. I got a college fund to focus on that. I got to start making money somehow. It ain't coming from my job. Let's move on to another divisional game. The Raiders head to Denver to face the Broncos. Broncos are 4-point favorites. Over under set at 44. Odd line, AFC West matchup. Looking at this, Broncos, they get their first game with Sean Payton. I'm expecting a bounce back from Russell Wilson this year. I definitely think so. I think that he's got the coach to do it. I don't think he's got cornball, Jets offensive coordinator anymore. I forget his name right now.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett. I hate that guy, dude. That's a weird. This 4 concerns me more than the previous 4. I think the Broncos have the better defense. That offense is tough. Those offenses are close because they do have Devontae Adams. If the Broncos had Jerry Jeudy, I'd say Broncos are better, but I believe Jerry Jeudy is not playing in this game. Let me see. I wrote down before, so I'm just going to stick to my guns. This one is, I would not bet this game. This is one I'd stay away from. I would do an under in this one, and I got Broncos -4.
Yeah. I've said every under in every game, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go off page here and just take the over. One of these divisional games has to go over. And I will agree with you on the Broncos at -4. This line doesn't really scare me that much. I think the Broncos is probably the obvious choice, but -3, -4 is probably, it seems like the accurate line. I think Vegas is going to be a little better than people think, but they're still going to struggle. I do like Jimmy G, but again, it's Jimmy G. Jacobs, I think, is going to be better than people think. But I think the Broncos can get it done. I would love the Broncos on the money line if you want to throw that into a parlay. But I think the Broncos cover the -4. And I always go over 44 for shits and giggles because I think I've said 8 unders in a row, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we basically see eye to eye with the unbettableness of the side.
Yeah.
I also think Russ bounces back, but I'm also a Jimmy G guy. So just, I don't know. There's probably not that much separation in my mind between those two, honestly. So I guess I would lean divisional dog with the points, even though they're on the road. Won't be betting the side at all in this game. Love the under. 17-13.
Over under 50 receiving yards, Hunter Renfrow.
Over. In the first quarter? Over.
Yeah.
17 targets, too.
Yeah.
17 targets. Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't even get Devontae Adams out of there, man. He's just taking
Yeah,
up
dude.
space for
He's
Renfrow.
he's taking up air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well just trot out 10.
It's already in Denver. There's not going to be that much air.
You might as well just go like 9 on the O-line and just leave Renfrow out there and
Yeah.
let him do his thing.
Let the man cook. Rams head out to Seattle. Seahawks are 5.5-point favorites. Over under set at 46.5. Ethan, another divisional game in Seattle. Seattle was very popular last year. Rams, they really kind of shit the bed, and they're looking like they're not going to be very great this year. Cooper Kupp drama. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's disgusting, but one of my favorite bets of the week, Rams plus 5.5. Been looking at this one for honestly probably like 6 weeks. It started getting down. I think it was 4.5 before the Cooper Kupp news. So kind of happy to see it back up to 5.5. But the one thing that concerns me more than Cooper Kupp is that quote from Stafford like a week or two ago about not connecting with the young guys on the team. But I still like it. I mean, 5.5 as an underdog is probably my favorite bet to make in the NFL. It's just such a weird, disgusting line that I feel like it usually hits. So, yeah, I like the Rams plus 5.5. Think they have a good chance to win this game outright. And then definitely don't have a strong lean towards the over, so I'll just by default take another divisional under here. And I actually kind of like the under. 46.5 seems like a lot for definitely a Rams team that couldn't really put up points last year. And Seattle could put up points, but I think they'll regress quite a bit this year.
Yeah, love the Rams. I have the Rams plus 5.5 and the Rams on the money line in this game. Staff Daddy is going to be back. I don't really care if he can't talk with his younger guys because he doesn't really have any young wide receivers anyways. All of his wide receivers are veterans pretty much, and that's kind of all he cares about. Akers, I'm pretty sure we're all in consensus, is going to have a bounce back year. Cooper Kupp, obviously that hamstring, I can tell you, I don't know why everyone's freaking out. Well, they should be freaking out, but why no one can figure out what's going on. It's because he tore his ACL, and this is what happens when you tear your ACL or blow up your knee. You overcompensate on your other leg, which means his one hamstring is getting way more work than his other hamstring, and that's how he's pulling it. And he keeps pulling it because he's overcompensating. That's literally, I should be a doctor. I should be a PT because that's exactly what's happening. And he's a little gingerly on his one leg, so his other leg takes more of the heat. So that'll just take time. He just needs to get a little confidence in his knee. I don't know if he's playing this game. I think he's still listed as day-to-day. Either or, I like the Rams in this. I think the Rams are going to win. I think the Seattle was kind of a one-hit wonder last year, kind of a crazy thing that happened. Geno, is he really going to play that well again? I mean, maybe, but he's been in the league for how many years and has never had a season like he did last year. He also has a great wide receiver core. But DK is getting old. Lockett, I think, is going to this is probably Lockett's last year in Seattle, probably even the league. JSN's fine. He's dealing with a little bit of an injury. He's fine, but he's a solid wide receiver. But I think the Rams are going to win this game, and I do think this game is going to go over the 46.5. Like you said, Ethan, it's kind of alarmingly high for a Rams team that couldn't really score. Seattle, we all know, can score. But I think the Rams might win this game in a shootout.
There are so many things I want to touch on here. I don't even know where to begin. So first off, Geno is spelled Goat. And then Wyatt just said that JSN, he's all right. If this guy was on the Lions, he would be the next coming of Calvin Johnson, man. This dude is so good. He
just looks like an uglier Stroud.
Okay, well, that is true. He's a great receiver, man, and he's the third option there. DK, he is getting older, but I wouldn't say he's old yet. DK, I think he's going to have tons of value this year. I like the under the most in this game because of Stafford's lack of confidence in his receivers and that we think Cam Akers is going to have a big bounce back year. I think Cam Akers is going to see a lot of work this game. I think he's going to see a lot of work in the running game and the passing game. I'm seeing a lot of screens and stuff to him also. I think this game stays low scoring. The Rams right now are paying for their sins of the Super Bowl. They paid all those guys, and now they're just in cap hell. They have Aaron Donald and Matt Stafford, and then you got an injured Cooper Kupp. I'm very concerned about the Rams this year. It's very possible did Sean McVay come back because they're going to be getting a first-round pick, and he can get Caleb Williams and kind of reset the team. We'll see. Seattle's just so good. I think they're going to stay good. I'm going to take Seattle at the 5.5.
A lot of different views here.
Yes. Yes.
One of us will be right.
Yes.
That's the good thing. We'll clip that one.
Yeah.
My favorite game, the one I'm looking forward to most in week 1, Dolphins head out to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites. Over-under is set at 51. If Zach was here, this would be his game, man. This is his Dolphins. Ethan, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, this game should be exciting. I'll give out an over finally. I think this game is fun, high flying. We actually had this matchup last year. Remember it pretty well. I think it was a Sunday night game. The Chargers were pretty much the first team last year to figure out how to stop the air raid of Miami and ultimately won them that football game. So, I mean, there's not really revenge for Miami, but I think Miami's going to have a different game plan going in to try to stop or try to get past that defense that stopped them so well last year. Yeah, and ultimately, I think Miami's the better team. So I'll take the 3 points on the road. Don't have any problem with that. And, yeah, I'll take over 51. Unfortunately, I'm sure I won't be able to watch this game. They probably won't air it on TV in Michigan, which sucks because it should be one of the funner. Okay, more fun games of the weekend. So yeah, I'll take the over and Miami, Miami +3. And Eckler scored 10 touchdowns.
10
Nice.
in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Very weird game here, in my opinion. Big money and big bets and bet percentage on Miami. Yet the line has moved from the Chargers -2 to the Chargers -3, again, according to Vegas Insider. So something fishy going on there, but I am going to agree that Miami +3 is going to be the play. And I'm also going to agree that this is going to be an over game. Way too much offense. Herbert, you got Tua. Great. I mean, 3 wide receivers on the Chargers, 3 wide receivers on the or 2 wide receivers on the Dolphins. So I think this game is going to go flying over. Going to be a shootout. I do think Miami at +3 is going to be it might push. But if you want to take maybe a +3.5 somewhere, but I could see this being like 34-31. I think the Chargers might win, but I could very well see the Miami covering. So I'll take Miami +3 and the over as well.
All right, we're all in lockstep on this game, so we can all agree on that. Love Miami +3. Love the over. How can I not love the over when I have Tyreek Hill leading the league in receiving yards and Herbert leading in passing yards? I think that it starts right here this game. I love it. It's also an indoor stadium. Well, indoor, but I
Great
just think they're
stadium.
going to be throwing it around. Yes.
I've been there for a national championship game that I don't care about.
Sunday night, the Cowboys head to New York to face the Giants. Giants are 3-point home dogs. Over-under set at 46.5. Another weird line, guys. Wyatt, what are you thinking?
I don't know, man. I would probably have to lay the points with the Giants at home. Cowboys are America's team. Cowboys are very popular. I think the Giants might cover at home. I think the Giants might win it at home. So I'll go Giants. And again, divisional under 46.5 is high. But these teams, I think this is going to be a brutal battle back and forth. I think it's going to be very low scoring. So I'll go the under as well.
Favorite game of the week, favorite bet of the week, 2-unit play on Dallas money line. Think Dallas wins. Think New York sucks ass this year like they probably should have last year. Think they're like a 5-6 win football team. Dallas is going to be probably a 12 win football team in my opinion. Absolutely love Dallas. The divisional home dog piece does scare me. But I'm seeing money coming in on the Giants, so I think the public kind of sees that divisional home dog and likes that, and sees the Giants team that got a playoff win last year. I'm not a believer in the Giants at all. Love the Cowboys this year, which sucks because I typically hate the Cowboys. But we'll be rooting heavy for the Cowboys. And I said 2-unit play. It's going to be at least a 2-unit play. It'll probably be my biggest bet of the weekend. Absolutely love Dallas to win this game and the under.
Ethan,
I think Dallas could win like 31-10.
Yeah, I don't love anything on the Giants, but with the Cowboys, I love that defense. I think there's going to be a lot of running this game, so that's why I love that under so much. The Giants, Saquon's their main guy. They're going to want to use Tony Pollard. Deuce Vaughn, anybody? He might get a little bit of playing time. Cowboys got a lot of offensive weapons, too. I wish they would have kept Dalton Schultz. This would be one of the best offenses in the league, but we'll see about Jake Ferguson. Last game on the slate Monday night, the Buffalo Bills headed to New York to face the Jets. Jets are 2.5-point underdogs. Over-under set at 46.5. This is Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen. A lot of hype on the Jets. The Jets were the Hard Knocks team. They got Aaron Rodgers, so now it should fix all of their defensive or their offensive woes. I'm not buying it. I'm taking the Bills to beat them. I'm taking the Bills to cover. I'm also taking the over in this game, which I know that might be a little contrary to the opinion, but I think that they're both going to be able to score. So I think Rodgers does help them in that factor, but Josh Allen, I believe they won the division last year, and I don't know. They're slight favorites, right, to win this year. It's very close because they got Miami and New York fighting for that spot. This is his first game. We saw him getting pissed off in that first preseason game that he played. He didn't look good. It's going to take some time to get those connections. And Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb don't do it for me. I don't see Garrett Wilson being him week 1. And then Brees Hall coming off an ACL injury, and then you got an older Dalvin Cook that signed right kind of like at the end of training camp. So I lean the Bills. Wyatt, I see you shaking your head over there. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm all over the Bills in this.
Okay.
Hard Knocks over in New York Jets. Everyone's watching that. Great. Actually, it sucked this year, but a lot of people watching that. A lot of people on the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' movement to the Jets. I believe you sent me a TikTok a couple weeks back of the similarities between this Jets team and last year's Broncos team. It's pretty much the same exact thing. Yep. So I love the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills on the money line. Bills at -2.5. I'll throw in the over. I think it'll maybe be competitive. I think Rodgers can maybe do something, but I'll go the over. But I love the Bills. I'm taking the Bills money line. I told you with the Jacksonville on the money line, that's +144, and then the -2.5 as well. But love Buffalo. I'll sprinkle the over.
Yeah, we might be walking right into our first squad ride of the year, boys, because I absolutely love Buffalo. Said Dallas was my favorite, but Buffalo was a close second, probably. Absolutely love them. Everything you guys just said. I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to be that good this year. Fade the Hard Knocks. Not only that, 79% of the bet coming in on New York, and only 44% of the money, which means sharps are all over Buffalo. Yeah, I think Buffalo is still the team to beat in this division, even though, like you said, Ben, it is close with the Dolphins and the Jets, which I do like that play, by the way. Buffalo to win the division +120. I think there's a lot of value in that. But yeah, love Buffalo. I'll play them on the money line as well. Probably at least 2-unit play. Don't hate the 1 unit -142 either, but not going to mess with the 2.5. I think Buffalo gets the job done. And then I will differ with you guys. Again, I'll just lean under primetime divisional game. One of my favorite ways to attack NFL, primetime divisional under. So I'll lean the under. I'll probably play the under. We'll definitely have money on Buffalo.
Okay. So I think the two we agreed on most was this one and then Miami. What do we feel? You're feeling Buffalo, Ethan? Why? It sounded like you were feeling Buffalo.
I love Buffalo. Buffalo's my favorite play of the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are feeling super confident, I like Buffalo too. I say let's go Buffalo.
Cool.
Love it.
Okay. Buffalo -2.5 for the squad ride. And then going through our big three, I'll start. And then Ethan, I'll have you take over next. Man, all of mine are ones that I think were contradicting you guys. So my first one is Eagles -4.
Okay. Yeah, wait, are you going through all three, Ben?
How do we want to do it? That'll probably be quicker if we do it that way.
Yeah, I think last year we did all three.
Okay. I'm going to go Eagles -4. I'll just give out all my spreads because we were all on Chargers Miami over. So I will do Eagles -4, Commanders -7, 49ers -2.5.
Okay. I will do bring back the teaser. I'll do the Pittsburgh +8.5, Commanders -1 teaser. Let's go
plus
with
8.5 and what?
Commanders -1.
Okay.
Let's go with let's do the under for Dallas, New York. And then let's go with the under for man, there's a lot of unders I love. Let's go the under for Vegas and Denver.
Big under guy.
Big under guy.
His favorite artist is Carrie Underwood.
Did you say anything about the Rams? Did you do the Rams?
Nope.
Okay. I will do Rams +5.5. I will do a 2-team parlay with the Vikings and the Jags on the money line. And then I will do I will do the give me those pesky Steelers at plus 2.5. Don't love it, but
Well, damn, there
Gotta-
those are 9-0.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for that section. Make sure you guys also head over to bettergreen.com to read some of our articles. Join the Survivor and the weekly pick'ems. There is still time. Join Splash Sports, that Survivor League also. We'll kind of be following up with that also throughout the year. So we'll give shout outs to whoever's like leading at the end of each week. Nice way to kind of get some props there. SeatGeek, we actually just got approved for them. If you have not used SeatGeek yet, you can use code BetterGreen for $20 off your first purchase. That's pretty darn good. So BetterGreen, all caps. Ethan's Bench Clearers, new segment here for this show. Ethan, did you want to preface what we're going to be drafting, or did you want me to take it?
I'll let you take it, but I do have one SeatGeek comment.
Yes, do it.
If you are one of the 4 Arizona Cardinals fans left in this world and you use our code BetterGreen, they'll actually give you $10. So you can't take $20 off a $10 ticket. So it's money in your pocket.
Making money, dude. So what we're going to do, we're going to be drafting, kind of like we were last year, but we are drafting red and blue logos. Why red and blue? Well, if you're looking at what we're wearing, guys, the Chiefs are red and Lions are blue. Two of some of the best primary colors out there. We cannot use the Chiefs logo or the Lions logo. Sport logos are in play, and any other type of logo is also in play. The order went Ethan, me, Wyatt. It's snake draft style, like fantasy draft, 4 picks each. And make sure you guys comment on this video who you think won. So, Ethan, I'll let you take it away with your first pick, man.
All right, yeah, my first pick, absolutely love it. I'm glad I got the first pick because I think Wyatt could have maybe had this in play. But it's pretty standard. I'm going to take the Detroit Red Wings logo, one of the best logos in sports. Obviously, I'm a Detroit fan. I'm a Red Wings fan. Red obviously fits the mold of the game. So, yeah, even not as a biased Wings fan, I do think that winged wheel logo is one of the best logos out there. So, first pick overall, Detroit Red Wings.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. It was on my board. I'm also going to stick with the color red. And we're going to go with what you're watching this on right now. We're going to go with the YouTube logo. So
Pander.
it may be, but it has everything, man. I mean, you got us, you got Pat McAfee, you got a bunch of great shows on here. You can, if your sink is broke, you can figure out how to fix your sink. YouTube has everything. I like Netflix. Netflix is also red, but YouTube, you can fix your life with YouTube. So you can fix your life. You can fix your relationships. You can make money by watching us. I'm going to go YouTube, man.
That was pretty high on my list. And please subscribe to us. We're trying to get to 350 before
Yes.
kickoff. So get to that subscription,
Which is in a few hours.
True.
Yeah.
Make sure if you're checking it, make sure that number's up. If it's at 350, keep going. We're not stopping. All right, I'm gonna go another red logo, probably the most universally known logo in all of the world, and that is the McDonald's sign. The McDonald's M. So I know it's yellow, but the M on the sign. Mickey D's.
Good pick.
I like it.
Oh, it's
It was on the list.
Snake then, isn't it?
Ocho Cinco's favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
That's true. Since it's a snaker, I will go with one of my favorite snacks, also an iconic logo, not probably as well known as McDonald's, but the old Oreos cursive logo.
Ooh.
I liked it, dude.
You know, that wasn't even on my list, but it should have been. Like,
It's just such a good blue with the black and the white and the lighter blue. Oh, it's beautiful.
It
I
really
could smack
is.
some Oreos right now. That
Anytime.
sounds so good. Oh my god.
Man, there's a couple good ones left. All I'm not gonna go double video. You know what? Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go Coca-Cola. We're gonna go Coca-Cola, man. Just
Iconic.
super iconic, yeah. And it's just very classic. No frills about it.
Yep, I love it. When I think Coke, I always think of the like Christmas Cokes that had like the polar bears.
Yes, dude.
I
I
like
love
it.
those.
The Santa Coke in the bottle,
Yeah.
the glass bottle.
Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
Coke's a good one. All right. Well, you said we couldn't go Lions, so I'm gonna go next closest thing. I'm gonna go with the Ford logo. We
I
got
love it.
Ford Field, just a classic logo. I drive a Ford. My
Yep.
grandpa worked for Ford, so I've been Ford heavy my whole life.
American made.
Yeah, American made, built Ford tough. Love the Ford logo, and it just happens to sponsor my favorite team stadium. So we'll go Ford there.
Can't beat it.
And let's see. Man, we're doing 4 picks, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Well, because this is a gambling show, screw it. FanDuel.
Yeah.
Cowards.
My second favorite sports book, but unfortunately we can't give out green logos.
Yeah. You know what? There's only one green logo you guys should really care about. And it's right above my head right now.
That is
Yes, sir. There's
hit
one more
that-
I can think of, but
Hey, I'm an Xbox guy. I love green stuff. We're going to hop on to Facebook. It's one of those things, too. I mean, what would 40-year-old moms who stay at home do if they didn't have Facebook? Also, you can keep up
Not
with your
exist.
friends. No, they wouldn't exist anymore. You're right. You got Messenger. Facebook, it's just a iconic logo, too. You just see that blue F. You already know what it is.
Yeah, I did have that on my list. I also had Twitter on my list. RIP. No longer a thing. But I am gonna go back to gambling. Me and this guy that sometimes I place bets over on his site, and he happens to pay me every Monday. I'm not gonna name him because this is a show, and his name rhymes with rookie. But he pays me through the app Venmo.
Venmo.
So every time I get a little Venmo, it's the greatest thing. And then every time I get a Venmo request, it's miserable. But love Venmo. So I will do that. And then my fourth one, also not a shout out, no free publicity, but kind of the reason I love doing sports media is Barstool. So the Barstool logo. So I think I really like their shows and love what they do over there. So yes, that's the reason.
Second best show on YouTube.
Yes.
Second best, yeah.
I can go a lot of different ways here. And I feel like we're leaving a lot out. So I think calling this Ethan's Bench Clears is a very accurate name, especially for this very first episode. I'm going to go Penn State.
I had that on my list.
The Nittany Lion. The wrestling team has won so many championships the last couple years. And just that logo is just so cool. And it's very minimal too, but it's not like the Wisconsin is just a W. Or, I mean, especially Wyatt, our teams are guilty of this. The Ohio State O and the Block M for Michigan. Ethan, you have hands down the best logo of us three. So I love the Nittany Lion logo.
Don't show it. Get that off.
Until you bring out that logo.
Yeah, not that one.
You guys want a bench clear?
Let's do it.
Cooper Sports logo.
Oh my!
Oh, that is something.
Oh my! I did not have that on my list. I did not expect that.
I'm kidding. Oh, but I had to.
Everybody just said, "What the hell is that?" That, my friends, is where we met.
No, that would clear some benches, but I'm gonna go back to just kind of some fandom here, but once again, a great logo. I'll give out the Detroit Tigers, Old English D, with the blue there. Yeah, think it's obviously again one of my teams, but still think that logo is one of the best in all sports.
I didn't realize we could have gotten like 6 picks in with this thing. There are a lot of picks. You guys, do you want to go to 5?
I could go. I got one more. Well, I got multiple more, but yeah.
You 5 or 6? What do you guys want to do?
I can go 5.
5. Okay.
5.
So we'll do one more.
Okay.
All right. Well, I could take all the Detroit sports and give out the Pistons, but I won't do that. Just to switch it up a little bit. Oh man, we'll go back to companies just because I did pick 2 teams. We'll go with Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
Netflix and
Gotta
chill.
love Netflix and chill.
Yes.
Yep. Iconic. I actually was very late to the Netflix train. Like a ton of people just, religiously watch Netflix, and I never really did up until a couple years ago. But I mean, what's not to like about it?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Especially now they're doing more sports content. I'm really liking that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with Target. Another iconic logo. Iconic logo. I love red logos. So Target, easy one for me.
All right, I'm going to go to one that's had a couple different changes throughout the years, but there is a couple years where they're running with a blue logo, and that is Warner Brothers, the WB. I like it for multiple reasons. I think it's a cool design. Also, my name is Wyatt Batdorf, and also my burner account is Worst Bets. So there's a lot of WB involvement in my life. So it's like a lighter blue one. I think it was they have a blue logo that they use quite a bit. So yeah, I'll do Warner Brothers there.
I like that.
I like that too. A couple that didn't make it on my list: Budweiser.
Yep.
Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Adobe. ESPN.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Damn.
ESPN.
I'm not a huge ESPN fan though, but
right. I don't love that logo.
Yeah.
I think it's a boring logo. Visa and Lowe's. Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yeah.
What did not make it on your guys?
I had kind of like Venmo, PayPal.
Yep.
I had Duke. I had North Carolina. I had Pepsi. I had Dell. I had AT&T. I had the Chicago Bulls. I had the Boston Red Sox. I had Nintendo. I had Marvel. I had Beats. Formula One.
That's a good number.
I did not have nearly as many written down, but like I said, the Pistons were on there, but that was just more of a homer pick. Although their teal logo was super awesome. I had Twitter as well, but RIP. The Washington Redskins logo is one of my favorites.
Iconic.
Florida State has an awesome logo, in my opinion. The reason I left that off is because it's just like it's not red enough for me. It's like,
right.
I mean, it probably is technically a red, but that was about it. I thought about ESPN, but I'm just not crazy about. I mean, I use ESPN, I watch ESPN all the time, but I'm just not crazy about the actual business. Probably had more teams on there, but I kind of just capped out with the 3 Detroit ones because I figured once I got the Wings, the other 2 probably wouldn't get taken.
Yeah, love the Wings, dude. Love the Wings.
I'm shocked though. I thought you'd say Ohio State, Ben. I thought we'd get Michigan out of Wyatt, but
yeah, I mean their M is usually yellow, so that's kind of why I stayed away. It's just, I mean they do have an old one that's blue, but their primary their primary logo is a yellow M, so that's the only reason I stayed away from that. I didn't know if it qualified.
Right.
Like I was saying earlier, ours is just boring, dude. Like a block O.
Yeah.
Is it an O? Is it a 0? If you don't know colleges or college sports at all, like it's not iconic in my book.
Right.
But right now is if you guys had questions, we would answer them. This is week 1, so we don't have any questions yet. Make sure you guys drop some questions down in those comments. It helps the algorithm, helps us, but it also lets us answer your guys' questions. So let us know. What do you think? Are there any teams or bets that we said that you agree with, you disagree with, what you think? If you think we're an idiot, let us know. We're open to all kinds of comments. We'll address them in the episode next week. Make sure you guys head over to bettergreen.com for our articles. We've got stuff coming out there every week now. Besides that, you guys got anything to get us out of here?
Go Lions. Congratulations on being a father.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Try to send you guys a picture.
Yeah,
I second that too. Congratulations, Ben. Go Lions. And just kind of what Ben was saying. You can leave us comments on YouTube. That's where we see them the easiest and appreciate them the most. But tweet at us, talk to us on Instagram, TikTok, really wherever. We'll compile your questions and get them answered on the show next week. So any interaction with us, we love it. And we've opened ourselves up with a play on every single game. So I know there's stuff you like. I know there's stuff you probably hate that we said. Let us know. We want to hear it. So like, subscribe, and leave us comments, questions. We'll be happy to answer them. And then lastly, I guess our format will be a little bit switched up here in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
With Ben being a new father. So but we're still rolling.
Still rolling. I appreciate you guys rolling without me. And then I will be back here in about 2 weeks, I believe. And Mr. Wyatt will be a married man. The old ball and chain.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
So he will be soaking up some sun rays. So we'll have everybody back here at the end of the month. But football's back, and it's only going to get better from here, man. I wish I was here week 2 so I could just tell you guys I'm sorry about the Lions, man. It's still your guys' year. You're going to win the division. It just wasn't meant to be week 1.
Yeah, I think you might be gone more than 2 weeks after Thursday, my friend.
And me and Ethan might take an extended trip to Hawaii after our Lions money line wins. So
true.
Man, you guys have fun with that. Other than that, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better and Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better and Green.